All right, so for a good while now, I have been having conversations of floral fragrances, roses, jasmines, orange blossoms for men. And I've been recently wearing a lot of fragrances with floral representation. And, when I get a chance to have the conversations with others and I tell them some of, the notes, because, you always get the, well, what's in it? And, I'll tell them what it is. If someone's, wanting to have the conversation or giving a compliment, that will trigger a conversation. So when I tell men that, hey, it's rose in here, or it's jasmine, or it's orange blossom here, they're like, what? Like, they immediately go to, that's not a woman's fragrance, off that. No, fellas, like, don't be scared of florals. You can't be afraid of florals. There are some of the greatest fragrances, the greatest creations out there. So, it's okay. You want to wear a floral-based fragrance or something like that of that nature, it's fine. I got you covered today. I got some floral fragrances that you might be interested in, and you can still be a man. Yeah. Let's get to today's video. YouTube, what's going on? What is happening? What is going on? It's your man's one more time, DEDRICK Hicks Jr. And I'm back with yet another fragrance video. All right, smell good family. Hopefully everyone is doing well, doing great, doing fantastic. Positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know how we rock out here in this channel, man. Positive vibes only. All right, so today we're talking floral fragrances. All right, I have 7 recommendations. With these fragrances, the base of them are florals. We're talking some roses today. We're talking some white florals, some orange blossom. We're talking some beautiful creations that are lean to be unisex, masculine, and some that may consider these to lean a little feminine. And that's cool. Everyone has an opinion about everything, and we're supposed to. All right, that's what makes us unique, because a lot of us think differently from the next person, at least the majority of the time. All right, so these fragrances I'm recommending, fellas, if you want to dive into a more of a floral-based fragrances, these are ones to look into, and you can see for yourself. All right, so let's go ahead and get started with today's video. Up first, this is a very masculine floral representation with the head note of it being rose, and it is one of the more masculine fragrances in my entire collection. From the house of Zahara, we have signature black Hafedi rose, black rose. All right, black Hafedi, black rose. Look at that juice. Look at that juice. So this is dominated by rose, but you get spices and woods and resinous earthy tones in this fragrance. This fragrance has a unique story in itself. This is not your everyday rose fragrance. This definitely does not lean feminine in any way, shape, or form. This is a very unique profile here featuring that black rose note. So fellas, you can dress this up. You could, I wouldn't say dress it down, but a more casual place. It depends on what you got going on. Me, myself, I wore this to the office. I've worn this out on a date night with my wife. This one is a conversation starter. I wouldn't necessarily call this a mass appealing scent in any way, shape, or form, but the spices and the resinous tones, really, I've never gotten the thought that, oh, this leans feminine. I've never have thought that one time since experiencing this fragrance. So this is a fragrance that's floral based, and fellas, if you want to try to dip your toe into some floral style fragrances, here you go. That black rose in here is fantastic, and the story behind it is beautiful as well. From the house of Zahara, we have signature black rose, Hafedi black rose. One of the dopest bottles in my collection, if not the dopest. All right. Up next, from the house of Argos, all right, we have Pallas Athene. Pallas Athene. Now, this one, some would consider to lean a little bit more feminine, but I deem this to be completely unisex. With a floral representation, some rose, some white florals in here, surrounded by this beautiful sandalwood and these citruses like this red berry sandalwood floral balm. That's what you're getting here. And to me, the sandalwood is the note that keeps this fragrance being the beautiful masterpiece that it is. But the florals in the mid of this fragrance really shine here. So for me, this is very versatile. You can wear this really doing anything. You can wear this going to lunch. You can wear this going to an evening dinner. This is something that has some brightness to it, some freshness to it. Those fruity, citrusy tones with the florals really make this a unique fragrance. And I don't have anything else like this in my collection. So I can see why some may deem this a little bit feminine, but not me. This is something that's very versatile, very different, very unique. Compliments do come with this fragrance for sure. What you can do with florals now and the creations that can be made outside of like back in the day where a rose fragrance did come off, you know, grandma smelling or old church lady smelling or different notes in the floral department come off like that. Not anymore. There's such a wide range of modern takes on florals for men, women, unisex, and masculine. Like, there's so many, but this is the one that kind of sits right in the middle for me, and I really enjoy it. From the house of Argos, we have Pallas Athene. Pallas Athene. If you know about Argos, man, you experience some dope things there. I have a code DEDRICK10 if you want to get into the house, sample pack, whatever it is on argos.com you want to try. Save yourself some money, 10% off. Information down below. All right, up next from the house of Tiziana Terenzi, one of the most unique rose oud fragrances that I've ever got my nose on, but such a one of the more unique blends in this whole video. We have Kut Monday. Man, I remember the first time I smelled this, I said, what? Now the rose oud here is front and center. God, it's so good. There's different blends of oud here. There's different blends of rose in here. You get this fresh, almost like fresh and green, stemmy rose with a little bit of that Bulgarian, sprinkled with some Bulgarian rose in here. So fresh, clean, and a little bit of powdery textures to this with the rose, blended with the many different representations of oud in this fragrance. This is one that you definitely dress up. I've never not worn this not wearing a pair of slacks and a button up. It's just very classy. So my fellas who are in those, black tie events and, I don't know, you might be wearing a tuxedo. You're out here dressed to the nines, but you're looking for something unique. And most of the times, yeah, you can wear your blue fragrances, you can wear your leather fragrances. Yes, you can do those things and it'd be cool, it'd be great. But something a little bit different, I'm telling y'all, this rose oud combo, Kut Monday from Tiziana Terenzi is like that. Beautiful rose representation here, spices, freshness, little powdery tone textures in here with the oud representation. This is a really good one. To me, this leans a little bit more masculine, but I can definitely see ladies wearing this as well. So ladies, as much as these fragrances are for the fellas, definitely ladies can wear these as well. But this one does have that masculine pull to it due to that oud and how it blends with the rose. From the house of Tiziana Terenzi, we have Kut Monday. One of the more unique bottles and fragrances in my entire collection, and I have really fallen in love with this fragrance for sure. All right, up next, a fan favorite, one of the beautiful blends of saffron and pineapple and rose. This one is stellar. I think it's marketed more towards the ladies, but this is super unisex, and it's an ultra sexy fragrance. From the house of Kajal, we have Lamar. Again, marketed towards the ladies, but fellas, don't go off that. And that's another thing with fragrances. You got to get out and experience it for yourself, because that saffron in here provides enough spice blending in with that pineapple sweetness and that Bulgarian rose. This stuff is intoxicating, man. My wife loves when I wear this fragrance. I wore this on our anniversary dinner earlier, late summer, earlier this year, and she was cuckoo for D stuff. With this fragrance, the line cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs. I want to add, I want to put my my little signature on that. But anyway, this was my fragrance of the evening. I've worn this several times. This stuff is fantastic and really beautiful, really good stuff. And I'm just a really big fan of this fragrance for sure. All right. You know, in real time when I'm recording, one of my kids could walk in here unannounced. And that's what happened. But we're gonna keep the show rolling. All right. Up next, from the House of Mind Games. When I tell you that I was really blown away by just the combination of notes in here and the experience that I got, it's one of the more unique takes on rolls that I've experienced. We have Mind Games Sans Voir. Sans Voir from the House of Mind Games. Salty grapefruit rose combination. It is bright, it is airy, and it is really good. You know, the musk, the Palo Santo, the grapefruit, the rose, it's salty, it's super ultra unique, and one of my most complimented in my collection. I remember wearing this to work not too long ago, and as I was breezing through the office way, what is that? Goodness, like, oh my God, you smell. Those are real-time comments or compliments that I was getting, and I was really surprised. I mean, I don't wear a fragrance to get compliments. I wear a fragrance for me and my experience for the day or whatever I got going on, unless I'm going out with my wife. Like I have intentions when me and my wife step out, so that's true there, but everything else is for me. So if compliments come along the way, cool. And that's what happened with this one. This is a unique, like I said, salty rose grapefruit type of fragrance, very ultra different. Can wear it in the summertime, wear it in the springtime, really versatile for all year. But it's a dumb reach too. Like, this could be someone's signature scent. This could be someone's signature scent based on that floral representation, and again with the note of rose. So this one is really good. From the House of Mind Games, excellent performer, but very unique. Leans right down the middle of unisex. My wife has worn this a couple of times and just in love with the aroma which this provides. Great quality here, of course, from Mind Games. From the House of Mind Games, we have Sans Voir. So these fragrances are expensive. I don't recommend blind buying. Get you a sample. You can use Dedrick 10 over at mindgames.com. Get you a sample and see for yourself. Well, I'll save you 10% off. All right, got that in the description as well. All right, up next, from the House of Yves Saint Laurent. This is a beautiful orange blossom, mass appealing, everybody's gonna think you smell good fragrance. We have the original YSL Myself EDP. YSL Myself EDP. There is a parfum out, but I prefer this over the parfum. Why is that? Because of the orange blossom and amber combination in here. It's addicting to smell. This is a fragrance that I pull out of the cabinet and just smell. It's just something about it that I just gravitate towards. It's super good, man. Again, featuring that beautiful, and it comes off synthetic, yes, but I'm not in that type of, I'm not in that type of space to be like, the synthetic. I'm not doing that. I can tell you that it does, just to be completely honest. But the white floral from the orange blossom and the sweetness from the amber really blends well together. Great performer, compliment magnet. I remember when I first got this, I was wearing this a lot. I mean, I'm probably about a little bit more than a quarter, because you can't see it on camera, but maybe like a quarter of a way with this bottle. Because when I first smelled it, I was cool on it. And I really like white florals and orange blossom, tuberose, and things like that. But the blend, at first I wasn't sure, but wearing it out and about, wearing it out in the world, wearing it out to work, kind of doing my thing, this has kind of been, one of my favorite designer pickups in the last couple of years. And this stuff is fantastic. Beautiful, like I said, white floral presentation with that orange blossom blending very nicely with an amber. And of course, there's other notes in here, but that's what's really the makeup of this fragrance off of my skin. Why do I prefer it over the parfum? Because I don't like how the patchouli rolls on my skin on the parfum. And I like patchouli, but the parfum, no. It's cool, it smells good, I'd wear it, but I won't be adding a bottle. Like, I won't be purchasing a bottle of it. But the EDP is for me, and that's because of what that orange blossom does through and through throughout this fragrance. From the house of YSL, we have YSL, myself, the EDP. And last but not least, we have one more Zahara. This is indeed the most unique white floral fragrance that I have ever put my nose on. This stuff is nuts. From the house of Zahara, we have Signature Bloom. Signature Bloom from Zahara. This is a smoky, dense, white floral fragrance. You have all kind of jasmines and tuberoses in here. There's an incense and a coconut in here. This stuff is super unique. Now, this one does lean more feminine, in my opinion, in the opening. But then when you get to the mid and the dry down, it's like the smoky textures and the nature of how kind of rich and bold that this fragrance develops, how it develops on skin and what it ultimately becomes. That's when it kind of shifts back over to that unisex. So I can that unisex space. I can see someone smelling this for the first time and say, "Oh no, that smells like a woman." Like I can see a man saying that who's not really vibing. But if you sit with it and you wait, you can get the beautiful development of this fragrance. And like I said, I'm a fan of white florals. I am a fan of your jasmines, of your tuberoses, of orange blossoms. I am a fan of white florals. So this has a lot of white floral presentation in here, but ultimately that incense, those smoky textures, really are competing, with the coconut in here. I think there's a vanilla in here as well, but very unique. Never smelled anything like this before, ever. Never smelled anything like this before. This stuff is fantastic. From the house of Zahara, we have Signature Bloom. This one doesn't get talked about a lot, but I'm telling you, and this is unisex. Leans a little bit more feminine, just based off conversations that I had. But for me, it's perfect for sure. It's very sexy, very beautiful white floral fragrance. All right, so that's going to wrap up this video, today's video. That floral representation in fragrances are so beautifully done these days with so many different options that the old school way of wearing florals it should be over with. If you're wanting to tap into rose and orange blossoms and jasmines and things like that, they're readily available in different forms and fashions, and I highly recommend getting some samples and kind of see if something fits for you, because I used to be like you fellas, man. Rose, jasmines, what? Nah, I'm good on that. Blue fragrances, clean fragrances, spicy fragrances. Nah, man, we rocking with a lot of great floral fragrances and smelling really good, having some great conversations, and really separating myself from the average male who's wearing the typical clean, fresh fragrance. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but I like to do other things and step outside the box, and these provide that, and they smell really good. And no, I don't, people, you smell like a woman. No one has ever told me when wearing this Palace of a Theme, that I smell like a woman, ever. Lamar, never. I've just been told I smell great. That's it. All right, so try some stuff out, He-Man. Try some stuff out. See if you could go that route. All right, y'all. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the video. I appreciate y'all. Thank you for all the energy. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for the positive vibes. Thank you for everything that's continued to help this channel grow. It's much appreciated. All right, so until next time, be cool, be safe, take care of yourselves. Positive energy, positive vibes. Y'all know what it is, baby. Splack it up, splack it down, splack that thing all around. And remember, what you put into this world, that positive energy, those positive vibes, what you put into this world is exactly what you are going to get back. That's facts. Now I gotta go see what my son wants, because maybe it's snack time. But we're not re-recording. This is real life. Peace, y'all. Splacker.